I'm Tom Elliott with DeepWardly. Like you, I wear quite a few hats. I'm involved in quite a few activities. In addition to being an entrepreneur and a business owner, I also facilitate a business incubator. I'm a full-time spiritual director. I supervise other spiritual directors. I'm an author, and I also go around the country and sometimes the world offering presentations, retreats, and seminars. Now, you might be saying, Tom, that all sounds very scattered, but there's actually a beautiful thread that ties all of that together, a beautiful thread that combines all of those hats. And that thread is a 500-year-old manual written by a guy named Ignatius of Loyola. If you're not familiar with his manual, it's called The Spiritual Exercises, and he wrote it primarily to help people cultivate intimacy in their relationship with God and come to know themselves better and be more vulnerable and open with others, and even to love all of creation more deeply. But the beautiful part is that that manual is so practical, tangible, pragmatic, that it has been used by hundreds of thousands of individuals, couples, organizations, and even businesses in profound ways, in life-changing ways. In fact, right now there's a beautiful movement in the corporate world using the principles in his manual to cultivate and develop leadership and also to discern. Now, the way that I use his manual when I'm working with entrepreneurs and business owners is more of in an incubator type of way. I've got actually two different components to the DeepWardly incubator. There's interior design, and no, I'm not talking about the color of your living room. And then there's interior launch. Interior design uses the principles in that manual to help a person or a company, an entrepreneur, to name what sets their heart on fire, what they're the most passionate about. Because if you and I are going to start up a new business or take a new business or profession in a different direction, it needs to be rooted in what makes our heart shimmer. It needs to be rooted in what is purposeful and meaningful to us. I love that quote, and I like to modify it some, but I love that quote that says, don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you the most passionate, because what the world needs is you passionate. That's what interior design is all about. So when I have men and women come to me and say, Tom, I'm dissatisfied in my job, I'm dissatisfied with my profession, I want to change, but I don't even know what I want to do. That's where interior design helps them to name what those things are that might become a job, a profession, a business, what's going to bring them meaning. Now, interior launch takes that even further. People who come to interior launch are people who already have an idea, an inspiration, an innovation, and they're wanting to take it from inspiration to realization in a profoundly meaningful way. They want to discern, which means to sift. They want to sift through their idea and look at the things that stand in the way, the blocks. They want to look at the truths that help to bring that inspiration to realization. They want some concrete, tangible ways to know if their idea is really congruent with who they are. That's what interior launch provides, whether it's one-on-one or whether it's literally during one of the interior launch seminars that I offer. That's different than what business books offer. When I went to launch DeepWardly, I did what a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners do. I read probably a dozen New York Times best-selling business books trying to figure out how is this ministry, this business going to work. And they all focused on externals, which isn't a bad thing. We need that. Externals like marketing, designing a business website, funding, support. Those are all important things. But I needed something more, and I found it in that manual. Ignatius's book was better than all of those business books because it invited me first and foremost to go into here, into my heart, and look at what is DeepWardly going to be? What is this business and ministry going to be? What sets my heart on fire? And how do I take it from an inspiration into realization? Also, I'll be quite honest, those business books tended to define success by one thing: money. Ignatius invites us to define success by what transforms us and what helps to transform other people. If you follow business statistics, then you know that entrepreneurs today are some of the most creative and caring people out there, and they're also deeply interested in meaning and purpose. People who are launching startups today aren't just trying to push a product. They're trying to transform their communities, to transform the world, to transform other people. That's not what we find in business books, but it's what we find in Ignatius's manual, and it's what I offer in interior design and interior launch. We redefine success based on meaning and purpose and passion. I would love to be a companion with you as you start being an entrepreneur, or maybe as you continue as a business person, as you discern a new profession or job. I would love to be a companion with you, whether one-on-one or whether you are a participant in interior design or interior launch. I want to get to know you and be a real help to you as you live your heart's deepest desires, as you live in a way that sets your heart on fire and sets the world on fire. I look forward to hearing from you soon.